Actually found Johnny Winter in the 70s, sorry, in the 80s when I was real young growing up, which kind of, and then you kind of trace backwards to who were his influences and who were their influences. And my dad just really fell in love with the blues, and as did my mom. So when I was a kid, it was always playing, you know, Coco Taylor, Muddy Waters, and Kansas City's always been a great melting pot for people traveling. And so when we were real young, you know, there were a couple of juke joints on the Kansas side that my dad would take us to very, very late hours of the night, and on the weekends. So we shouldn't have been there, but we were anyway. I'd be sleeping on the booth, you know. Amazing Graces, anybody knows from Kansas City, that off of Quindaro. Nothing really got started until about 2 a.m., much like the crow's nest here, you know. So, but you know, I'd be sleeping, you wake me up, and you'd be like, "Come on, sing that Coco Taylor song." And I was about 12 years old, and you know, it's called Never Trust a Man. Of course, I thought I knew everything, even though I was only 12. I didn't know anything about the blues other than the fact that it grabbed me from inside. And what I love specifically about the voice is that you don't even need words, really, and you can just emote. You can be happy, you can be sad, you can be desperate, in pain, or just in the most deepest in love that you've ever been without saying a word. And you can convey that through your voice. And it's not, what I love about the blues is that it's your soul speaking. That's how I look at it. You can't fake it, you know. If you're able to make somebody feel something, that's real. That's the emotion. And I think, you know, you can learn to sing. You can be born tone deaf, or you can be born with it naturally, and you can study. But the voice, you know, inside of me, I've always loved that, and I've played multiple instruments, and I just, you know, I found Etta James, and starting out with Coco Taylor, and then I found Etta James, and so what I've just loved about the voice is just being able to emote and speak to people without even using words. And I think if you can convey that, then you've got something real special about that.
Let me ask one question. Have you noticed that as you got closer to the sound of the music you want, that your voice can move down lower and register and being able to emote?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I can hear that.
Well, I mean, and especially as a female, it's everybody, you know, everybody wants to sing like Aretha Franklin and have that highness and have that effortless high ability. But I really love getting down low and really digging in and just howling, you know, and moaning, and just that's where it all comes up, and, you know, from the toes, and you can actually feel. I'm getting goosebumps. You can feel the electricity, and you can feel the spirituality and just the rawness of it, and you can just no, not at all.
Bobby Rush, what you got to say, my dad?
Well,
what you got to say, my dad, dear?
I had a lot to say, but y'all took it all from me.
No, we didn't. How you gonna do this?
I was thinking about myself as I grew up. When I went to Chicago in 1951. Muddy Water was there. We had Lightning Slim, not Lightning Hawkins, wasn't that at that time. Then Jimmy Reed was there. Willie Dixon was there. 1954, Picnic Markham and Mom Maiden came. 1955, Chuck Berry came and went back. In 1957, Etta James came, and many others. And I learned so much for that, but I learned to love what they was doing, but I was already in love with Louis Jordan.
Oh. Yep.
And he talked about, I got hooked on animal things like that, because he talked about the monkey and the buzzard were friends. And apparently, the buzzard wasn't that friendly to the monkey. And he took him a ride in the air. And he started to want to dump him off for whatever the reason. You know how we do each other sometimes. We bewitch you and really don't want you there. And he tried to dump him off, and the song say he wrapped his tail around his neck and went to choke him. He said, why are you chuckling? He said, well, straighten up and fly right. Yeah, cool up, yeah. And I fell in love with those kind of things. Yeah. And my first gold record was Chicken Head. I relate to that, you know? Yeah. I relate to that. And I didn't want to be this entertainer, I suppose, because I wanted to make some fast, really money. And my dad was a preacher, so my granddad was a drinker. And my dad was running revival at church, where he had a revival, and another preacher was preaching for my dad at the church. And my granddad was outside selling moonshine. So he kept up so much noise outside of the church. My dad came out the church and said, Papa Charlie, which is my granddad and his dad, he said, you keeping up all this noise, you're the oldest man on the campus. Why are you keeping up this noise? We here, it's Easter Sunday, we talking about the resurrection and all that thing. He said, what you say, boy? Resurrection? Who died? He said, you talking about Jesus died. He said, when did he die? I didn't know the boy was sick. My granddad said a moonshine outside the church. So I saw my granddad and I said, well, maybe if I don't play music, I sell some whiskey, but not at the church. You know, I laugh about those kind of things. You can hear that humor in me when I'm doing what I do. And you know, but I remember Jimmy Reed, who's my friend, was in Chicago saying, I played that to you because then the Beatles come in and stole it. Turn it upside down with come together. Turn it upside down, stole it. But one thing was that when Taj came along, they were playing something they couldn't steal. Because I never said this one. I've been watching Taj for a long time. I love the man when he plays. But I don't know what he is. Spanish.
See, go on.
I don't know whether he's black. I don't know what. I'm laughing, but I hear all elements of music. I really do. I'm a blues man. What you see is what you get. At times I'm telling you, man, I have my hats. I have you got a lot of hats, and all good. It's all based around the basis of blues. Right. There's a lot of things in it.
Well, yes. Thank you for saying that. And I'm glad we can bring this up. Here's the point, is that they dropped us off in the Western Hemisphere. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. I just did Ancestry DNA, okay? 93% African, okay? 26% Nigerian, right? 21% Ivory Coast and Ghana, okay? 12% Malian, and it goes down to like serious, I mean, hunter-gatherers.
Millimeters.
Yeah, I mean, this gets pretty serious. So you start understanding that when you're coming up and you're hearing music and you don't know why you know it already, it's because it's in your DNA, and you have the receptors to feel it. And so all I'm doing is taking familiar music that we're all familiar with. And that's in the center of almost all what we do, musically what we like, and connecting it to its relatives in and out of the continent of the United States, Central America, Caribbean, South America, and Africa, and yes, Europe. And you wouldn't even know where I'm coming from when I talk like this. I have tongues there too. Yeah, okay.
But I said that because I just like what you do, and I personally, I come from one direction, and I try to have fun with doing that. And it's joke. Sometimes people take me a little overboard and for granted that what I do it so jokingly. But you got to laugh about that, because the same thing makes you laugh, same thing makes you cry. You know, I talk about the garbage man stealing my woman. It ain't funny, but it happened. y'all missed it. I'm the garbage man. I'm the one that was stealing, you know what I mean? But I said that because I enjoyed everybody on this ship. I think I saw everybody on this ship for the first time. When I was on the cruise the last time, I saw a few people. But I made my business to see every one of the artists. And sometimes I walk in, I didn't want them to know I was there because they didn't point me out and look at me. But I just wanted to look at them in the rawness in my mind to see what they were doing. I knew the guys, but sometimes when you, George know what I'm talking about, sometimes we know each other for years, and very seldom we get to see each other's show.
Yeah, just hang out.
Just hang out. But I want to see the guys' show, and I come by to call everybody's show. You know, trust me, if you messed up, I saw it. No, I'm being honest, right? I enjoy it, you know. And you're learning from that. You know, I'm at a learning stage. I'm always learning. If there's nothing to learn, what I should not do. You know? You learn, I'm always at a learning stage, you guys, you know. And I'm a blessed man to be in a position where I don't think I've sung another man's song in 50 years. And when I say blessed, it could be a curse too, because I don't know another man's song too, sir. You know, and I said that because we all are writers and creators, and we do everything we can to be in the front line of saying I'm the first done it, but nevertheless, as a biblical reader, we know it's nothing new under the sun, because everything been done before. Nothing new. And everything changed, remained the same. Different flavors, different colors. Nothing new. You know, and I love you. And you can't do nothing about it.